said, there is also a hypocrisy, and that's actually something that Pranitha said, and I want to follow up that question with you, Pranitha. You know, you started by calling it hypocrisy, and I actually see that very, in a moment from now, I'm going to be, talking about that hypocrisy in greater detail. But Pranitha, not only Udhayanidhi's own words, but those who are, trying to defend him, saying, oh no, he was talking about the caste system. Oh no, there is a historical context to what he was saying. It goes down to what Professor Iyer is saying. This kind of thing said about one particular religion has become normalized. And if you say this about other religions, literally God help you.
Very true. And I think that's what makes us Sanatanis the most tolerant religion around. But yeah, as you said, the hypocrisy. So I heard that he said that Brahmins come with birth advantages. And it's quite ironic because that's where I want to call out the hypocrisy, because he being the chief minister's son and getting all the privileges and advantages, and to be in a position to be able to make such a remark itself shows the hypocrisy here.
It definitely shows the hypocrisy. I'll get a final word from the both of you. And I know that, both Pranitha and Professor Iyer, neither of you is a politician, but both of you occupy the public space in many ways, and lots of people are admirers of your views and they follow you. In such an atmosphere, we can't, people like us cannot completely disconnect from what is happening around us in the public space. So Professor Iyer, my final question to you now is, we are in election mode. There are many elections coming up. There's a big election next year. When something like this happens, what do you think should happen? Because, should there be an apology? Should there be a retraction? Or should there be endless clarifications? Because ultimately politicians live from one controversy to the other.
So I think, being from my profession, I see 18-year-old students every day, Shiv. So they are all of voting age. So what is the kind of, I would like to ask these politicians, what is the kind of message that you are sending to these kids? They are supposed to coexist with each other, help each other build the nation. If are you against the very future of this country? Right? So hate speech should not be a part of, any kind of an election procedure. Election processes, electoral processes, and even the posturing should focus on issues that are actually that India faces, rather than something that doesn't. Just imagine the scenario without this statement. There is nothing lost by India. India is gaining in all phases, and you're just passing this statement and creating animosity between the communities and just fueling hatred. There is nothing positive that comes out of such statements. So I think politicians have to, it's time they got responsible about what they speak, and I hope the system also has some processes which will make politicians feel responsible, and that responsibility should be equal. It should not be one-sided.
And sadly, India has a terrible record when it comes to hate speech. Very few people actually get punished. I don't think any politician has ever paid any kind of legal price for whipping up communal tensions. Pranitha, last word to you. Udhayanidhi Stalin is not just the chief minister's son; he's literally minister for youth and sport, sports and youth affairs. He's an actor. He's an actor like you. He's someone who is should be appealing to youth and to youthful ideals of equality and things like that. And for him to make a comment of this kind sends out a terrible signal.
Like I said, I think that this has come with an intention. And I think from what I see, most of the secular parties are coming up with statements like this to brainwash or maybe sort of remove that feeling of unity among the Sanatanis. And I think that soon enough, those who practice Hinduism will realize this, and especially Tamil Nadu having majority of them and who celebrate all our traditions and culture with so much pride. I'm so sure that they will realize this soon, and soon enough I don't think any politician will be able to make such statements openly. And like ma'am said, I think that especially Hinduism is the one religion that is much targeted, and God forbid if it happens vice versa, we all know how the reactions are. We all know what the consequences are. So yeah, that is something. And I'm quite disappointed that the chief minister's son, and like you said, also being an actor, because being an actor makes you much, much more influential in terms of your thought process. Whatever you say out, it really impacts the public. And I think that someone like him making such a statement was quite disappointing and also hurtful. I think I would take offense that something like this has happened.